Some interesting things that we're finding out as some information trickles out about this latest shooter. Not the latest. I mean, there's been yet another shooting at a Walmart this time.
Yeah.
But the shooter in Colorado Springs who shot up the gay nightclub looks like he's non-binary. Non-binary. Which shoots the right-wing Trumpite thing all to hell, doesn't it?
It sure does, and that's what we talked about on Monday. That that's why they had to jump to it fast.
Yep.
I mean, they did for sure. But there was no way. You can't let a crisis go to waste.
No. So it was all right wing. This is a right wing hater who just doesn't like gay people, and so a non-binary guy goes into this club and shoots 5 people and kills them, injured 22? I mean, it changes the whole narrative now.
It sure does. And you see CNN is really where I saw what's her face, Camarado, right? What's her name?
Yeah, Allison Camarado.
Yeah. She doesn't believe it.
Oh, she doesn't believe it.
If you watch,
really,
play Allison's clip here.
Attorneys for the accused shooter, Anderson Lee Aldrich, say in new court filings tonight that the suspect now identifies as non-binary. In a footnote to a motion asserting legal privileges, the public defenders say, quote, Anderson Aldrich is non-binary. They use they, them pronouns, and for the purposes of all formal filings will be addressed as Mix Aldrich. So in other words, not Mr. or Ms.
Right.
Yeah, we got
Joining
it.
me now, CNN political commentator Errol Lewis, also back with me, Al Franken and Joe Walsh. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's not anything that we had heard from his background. People have been looking into his background. And I don't know if anybody here are lawyers.
Pause it for a second. So maybe you should have kept your stupid mouth shut
Yes.
about who this guy is until you found out more about him. How about that? No, but you were so quick to rush to judgment on this guy. Being a Trump person or being a radical right-wing kook that you didn't wait to find out that he's non-binary. These people are the worst. They're just the worst.
I know.
Let's see the rest of this.
It's not much.
I mean, I don't know I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's what he's now saying.
It sounds like they're trying to prepare a defense against a hate crimes charge. That's the least of his problems, legally speaking, but it looks like they're trying to build some kind of sympathy or at least confusion on the question of whether or not this was purely motivated by hate.
Does it?
Sounds like.
Although you just got done saying you're not an attorney, so it's okay. We just went there. Okay. All right.
And is it about hate or is it about the fact that the guy's stark raving nuts?
Right.
That's what it's about. The guy's crazy. And you just want to have a specific narrative.
Yes.
That he's a right-wing kook and he hates these people, so he went in and killed them. I'm sorry. That almost never happens. It almost never happens that way.
Almost never.
So that's really disappointing to them, and they don't want to believe it.
No, they do not.
So they're going to choose not to. And they'll probably continue to report the way they have been and just ignore this particular issue. But, they've sealed the filings on this. I mean, something's really wrong here. They're trying to keep information from us. And now maybe we know why.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Because I guarantee if they thought that this guy, or if it came out that this guy was a big Trump person, that would be all they talk about. They'd release all the information.
If he had Trump shoelaces in his drawer, that would be...
It'd be all about that.
Everything would be about that.
Yep.
So it's pretty... I'm guessing he's probably not.
Me too. If you want to know what the left and their real plan is for your kids, just check out the reaction to the work Patriot Mobile has done in multiple school districts here in Texas. The left is losing their minds over it. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative mobile provider and a force for conservative values. That's because they take a portion of your bill and fund conservative causes. And then they are really active in supporting these causes, too. And candidates who believe in the sanctity of life, freedom of speech, the Second Amendment, and they're winning. Patriot Mobile has affordable plans for you, for your family, even for your business. They offer the same nationwide coverage as the major carriers. They use all the multiple major networks. Plus, you're supporting conservative values with every call. You don't have to worry about them trying to have abortion on demand like other cell phone carriers. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat, or you can call 972-PATRIOT. You'll get free activation when you use the offer code PAT. So do that. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Interesting that we're finding out some things about his family, too. His father, Anderson Lee Aldrich, is an ex-con, former MMA fighter turned porn star who has appeared on TV in everything from intervention to divorce court. Okay? Aaron Franklin Brink, 51, began entering the mixed martial arts cage in late 1998, about a year and a half before his alleged killer son was born. Over the next 10 years, Brink had 21 victories in the cage, 18 losses. Not a great record, but he had a winning record.
Trying to make a living.
21 and 18, including during appearances with UFC and World Extreme Cage Fighting, the WEC. MMA Junkie wrote in this profile. So Brink is also said to have divorced the killer's mom when the son was a baby. Yeah. Then he took up porn acting at age 27.
Make a living.
Under the name Dick Delaware. So that's pretty catchy, you know? I met this porn producer, he said. I was effing around with some girls at a party, and he noticed that I was very gifted. Okay. He said, man, you're a pro. If you get a test, I'll put you in a scene. So I got into a few scenes. I was making some money.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So great. This is so
Trying to
weird,
make a living.
Isn't it? I mean, the whole family is a little bit different. Unorthodox, if you will. And I think you will. But then the son grows up, and he wants to distance himself from the dad, so he changed his name. I guess he didn't want the name Delaware as his last name. So he changed it to Bob, West Virginia.
Well, maybe he wasn't as talented as his
obviously
dad.
not. Obviously not. But you'd never guess they were father and son if the dad is Delaware and his name is West Virginia, right? Okay, he didn't actually change it to West Virginia, but he should have. But the whole thing is just very bizarre. Now it turns out that he's non-binary, and man, as you just saw, that's thrown a monkey wrench into the narrative of the left. They do not want to backtrack on any of this.
No, they do not.
They are pissed off that you dare even mention the fact that he's non-binary. I love it. I love it. Allison Camerata, how much has she changed since Fox News? Oh, my gosh. Unless she was just faking it the whole time, and she's really been left-wing the whole time.
Which is possible.
It is possible.
I know. There was also a story about that was been. And you talk about sealing records. I mean, they sealed the stuff where he attempted to blow up his mom, where he threatened to blow up his mom.
Right.
And she didn't ever press charges.
Yeah, he served no time for that
because she never.
She begged them not to.
Yeah, do anything, and so they just sealed it and said, "No, it didn't. Okay, it didn't
never
happen.
mind.
Whatever."
And then they wonder why these people then turn around and do heinous things like this. Because they should be in jail.
Well, for the least of which, even if he's not, let's say, put in jail for saying that he wanted to blow up mom.
Mm-hmm.
Who among us? But don't you do some kind of intervention, right? I mean, some kind of intervention.
Yes,
where
you put him in you get him mental help.
Yes.
Right? You give him therapy. And I don't know that he had a therapist. I don't know what they did. But that's where we need to look on this problem of mass shootings all the time, because there's too many sick people, sick in the head, twisted in the head, who are running around and nothing's ever done about it.
Right.
Because they They want it to happen so they can take the guns, because that's what they want to focus on, is that when mentally ill people break and start killing people, it's the guns' fault, or it's Donald Trump's rhetoric's fault.
Well, it's for sure.